Christmas, everyone! This is Santa Claus, and I'm speaking to you about a sequence of amazing and unforgettable events that it all started many, many years ago. I was out feeding the reindeer one morning, a few weeks before Christmas, and I was surprised to find a young boy asleep in the stable. He was a handsome child who had just begged to stay with me and see how we prepared for Christmas. So I agreed and took him in and around the village to introduce him to the elves. As you know, the elves make all my toys. And when we got to the carpenter shop, he was especially attracted to that and wanted to know if he could help out there. And as it turned out, he was quite handy. The child endeared himself to everyone up at the village, and everything was going just great. I was especially pleased that we were ahead of schedule in making the toys for the inventory. And then, just when everything was going so well, tragedy struck. While out searching for a lost reindeer, I slipped on the ice and fell, and I broke my leg. The doctor put a cast on it and then said to me, "Well, that's it. Your trip is off this year. Christmas is only 2 weeks away, and there's no way you can make the trip this year." What a disaster. Everyone was terribly upset and dejected, except for the child. He went right on working in the carpenter shop, making toys. He had moved into my house so he'd kind of look after me, and he exercised the reindeers every day. And then he made a present for me, a beautiful set of wooden crutches, so I could at least hobble around a bit and see what the elves were doing. Now, in addition to all those activities, he was working on a secret project in the carpenter shop. He had it all screened off so no one could see what it was. The elves were just about bursting with curiosity, and they finally tried to sneak past him to see the secret project. He caught them, though, and said, "If you'll get to work and finish up all these toys, that would please Santa very much. Then I'll show you the secret project." Well, the elves agreed and quickly got back to work. On Christmas Eve, they finished up every last toy. So the child pulled aside the screen. You should have seen the excited expression on the faces of those elves when they saw the wonderful, wonderful secret project. I was here in my house, of course, with my bad leg and all, and it was Christmas Eve, and the doctor had come by to be sure that I wasn't planning anything rash. I said to him dejectedly, "No way, Doc. I can't get around a bit on these crutches. There's no way that I could make the trip." But just then, I heard something outside the door. I could hardly believe my ears. It was the sound of sleigh bells and the prancing of reindeer hooves. Doc opened the door for me, and there was my sleigh, all loaded with toys and ready to go. The child waved at me from the driver's seat, and the elves were shouting from the back, "Come on, Santa, we can make the trip now. The secret project was a place for you to ride." There, attached to my sleigh, was the most remarkable conveyance I had ever seen. It was like a lounge chair on which I could lay back with my leg all propped up in comfort and safety. The doc checked it out, and he said, "It looks great. I'm sure it will be fine." So they bundled me up, and we took off for the big trip. As we reached each rooftop, the elves did all the chimney climbing, while I was in the back checking off the list, naughty or nice. And when we got to the last stop, I was overjoyed. I didn't think we were ever going to make the trip, and here we were, finished. The child came back and said to me, "Santa, you must be tired, but can we make one more stop?" I said, "Listen, I'll go anywhere you want to go. If it hadn't been for you, we could have never made the trip today." The child said, "I just want to show you where I was born." So we took off into the silent night, following a bright star I had never noticed before. Such a star. I had never seen such a star. The child came back and said, "Come with me, Santa. Please come with me." He helped me up on my crutches, and together we started hobbling toward a stable. Then suddenly, I looked around, and the child had disappeared. Then I heard the child's voice coming from the stable saying, "Don't be afraid, Santa. This is where I was born, on the first Christmas, right here. Drop your crutches and come kneel with us." And almost overcome by a sudden realization of what I was viewing, I let my crutches fall to the ground. Hesitantly, I walked forward, took off my hat, and dropped to my knees before an incredibly beautiful scene, the Nativity. When I could finally catch my voice, I asked, "Why? Why did you come to me?" And the child's voice said, "To remind you, dear Santa, to remind you and all the world that Christmas is my birthday, the birthday of the Lord." And there was a song being sung by the angels around us. "O come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, O come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord." Merry Christmas, everybody.